But you know what I mean. Basically, just sort of felt like mucking around. And I've been playing a fair bit of Star Citizen lately again. Especially now they've got this free fly week. Also, bird binging away in the background, nice and annoyingly loud. Uh, but yes, I figured maybe someone will be interested in it. Probably not, I figure, but you never know. It could happen. Let me just make sure. There we go. That I've got the chair in the right spot. Okay, so persistent universe is what we're going to go to. Standard system. Visit location. Now, I should be in the orbital over Microtech. Assuming it's actually going to save it. Like, we can hope it is, but who actually knows at this point? I don't really have anything in mind for what I was going to do. I've been doing a little bit of mining lately. But, as is the nature of the game, it also tends to be just whatever seems to happen in between, well, server crashes and everything else that tends to happen with the game as well, especially during free fly events. And of course, there's always the joy of loading screens. Everybody loves a good loading screen. I know I do. I'm ecstatic for loading screens. This is on a fairly quick SSD as well, so that's just saying something about the speed of them, I suppose. Because this is the annoyance of doing streaming at the time I'm doing it, which is, like I said, the bird is awake. And as a result, she is probably going to be incredibly prevalent in the video backgrounds. Or at least, even more than she normally is. So hopefully that doesn't get too annoying in the background. And there we go. Oh, I was going to say, we didn't have a body there for a second, but it's fine, we now do. So let's get up. So yes, we are... No, we're not over Microtech, we're on Microtech. I don't remember landing here, but I guess I did. But let's actually change clothes, because as you can see here, the clothes is actually currently clipping through the HUD, which is a bit annoying. So let's take off the helmet first, and then just remove that undersuit, because we're not going to need that. What do we want to actually wear? I could wear a top hat, but that seems a little excessive. But why not? I've got it. Yeah, I like that just totally replaces the shirt, so there's no point me having picked a shirt in the first place. Hey, we got like no ankles. That's interesting. That could be a problem. We got them there. Yeah, that's an interesting situation to have. Just, yeah, wear the purple shoes. Actually, you know what, screw it. Let's go the full violet outfit I have. Just because, well, it's fun. Is it in there? No, it's not a jacket at all, is it? Remove the jacket. And then the pants, I've got them. There we go. Isn't that a stellar look right there? Yes, let's go with that. Why not? We don't need a spacesuit right now anyway. Of course. We'll see how long it actually takes for the service to save it. Just turn the game audio down. It's annoyingly, it just cuts out the audio entirely when you go to change things. But it looks like it's saved it. Or are we... Yeah, we're actually not saved. We're just completely nude right now. So, it saved us taking off the armor, but not actually putting clothes on. You know what? Screw it. It'll update in time if it wants to. Otherwise, we will just go as is. We'll walk out of our hotel room, and it's dark. Because every time I'm on Microtech, it's dark. I don't know why. It's just, you know, look, this city looks good in the night, so we're only going to let you see it during the night. I mean, there is daytime, I just never seem to be here when it is actually, you know, daytime. But whatever. Let's take the elevator down. Star Citizen is not actually about spaceships, it's about simulating of elevators and taking trains, trams and buses. That's really what it is. It's Commuter Citizen more than anything else. And other forms of transit. Go to the lobby. I would be using the Xbox controller for this because that's a lot smoother. But it does have the downside of it doesn't actually work with these new elevator panels. Hey, we're actually wearing clothes now. That's good. We put them on as we went down the elevator, I guess. So there is the, as before mentioned, in-game expo going on right now. So we might as well head to that, I suppose. That's not far from here. I think it's... Oh, I know that helmet. I think it's Misc Day today, or was it Musashi Industrial Starflight Concern? Something like that. But anyway, we'll go to that. So, people just walk through each other there, but we'll ignore that. And that one. And that one. Collision? I know not what you speak. Only mortals know about collision. What do we got? I haven't actually looked here. Yeah, they've got these little transit maps now. It's only a small loop right now, but it's still handy. And here's the swanky train. The Hyperloop thing. But we can't actually sit in any of the seats. That disappoints me no end that I can't actually sit down. I could sort of like, you know, crouch. But why is it giving me hang on. Am I... Yes, I'm wearing the helmet cap under the top hat. That's a look. I mean, I'm already sort of going the Willy Wonka vibe with the purple, but with that, no. I don't think that works. So, can we resolve that? We remove the hat. Actually, we will have to put on some armor. And unequip. Oop. Oh, train's arrived. We better get off. We'll get off the train and then we'll deal with the helmet cap. Okay, so we're not wearing our helmet cap right now. We were just wearing that monocle under the helmet, apparently. So, now, if we take off this and put our hat back on, will it update? Let's see. Hey, there we go. We've not got the weird cap on now. We've just got the weird, you know, monocle and all the rest instead. But yes, let's head to the expo. Which I think the game audio is looking still too loud. And the expo center gets even louder. So I might, before we enter, just drop it down a little, so pardon the silence. There we go. That should hopefully be a little better. You do want to be able to actually hear what's going on in the game, but I don't want to be drowning everything out either. Another NPC that just stares into your soul. Your journey awaits, he says. Oh, can I get the camera? There you go. Ain't that something? Your journey awaits, and you'll be utterly bored and depressed out of your mind or something about the whole thing. Now, these expo centers are like 25 kilometers below the surface somehow. Because if you have a ship landed on the surface, you get a distance marker that'll actually show you that. And, yeah, it makes me wonder, how do they get ships in and out of this convention if it is that far underground? Because, I mean, you see bits of it. If you fly around the city, you can actually fly over where the expo is. But, I don't know if that elevator actually went. Oh, there it is. We need a bit of an audio cue. So, Misk or I can't remember which day it is, but we'll go. I think it's Drake today, so we'll go Drake first. Because they seem to have one for the day and then the day before, so we'll go that one. See what's here. Well, I sort of know what to expect. What will actually be there is another question. Oh, of course, as I go to look at the ad, the elevator arrives. Oh, the nice sort of reverb echo to the advert. It's kind of nice to actually see them put these into the game itself, though, as opposed to just being an outside thing. So let's head up. This bit in the center looks incredibly dangerous because they've set up these stairs as if you're supposed to walk on these. And yet you can walk perfectly fine on that, so... But it looks like really polished. So that just looks like a slide. Like, kids would absolutely love this expo center. They could just slide all the way down until someone does a faceplant and severely injures themselves. Because you know that's gonna happen. But, let's grab a drink on the go. What do we want? Let's grab some blood, whatever that is. An enemy inhaler. I know that. Oh, that was awkward. Yes, let's have some. So, what have we got? Have they got any other expo halls? I don't think so for Drake. I think Drake is literally just this central one at the moment. Or at least that's what it looks like. But yeah, so every expo hall center has this same sort of general arrangement. The main differences they have is on the busier days, you have, if I gesture with the cursor, as long as you can see that, these hall extensions go to other areas. Well, maybe we'll check the Misk one out later. But, let's wander over. So, they've done a reasonable job of setting these things up. I mean, I kind of liked the darker setting of the older Expo Center design. But yeah, oh, game audio is a bit loud again. But yeah, so they've got like the little info plaques, and then the ships, in this case the Buccaneer, which is a fighter that I've flown a handful of times. It's alright. It's got a lot of firepower, but I absolutely suck at fighting, so I wouldn't use that sort of ship myself. I'm more of a transport guy. What have they got? Go bold or go home. That's a interesting motto to have. But, I suppose it's accurate to Drake. They're a bit weird like that. The Herald. This one I actually have. Because, yeah, I mean, the canopy is a bit too shiny. But this is a courier ship of sorts. It's a data runner too. That's what these server things are. Oh yeah, every ship at the expo that's flyable, you can click rent and just fly them for free at the moment. So that's kind of cool. But yes, you can probably see the reason why I like this ship, and that's because it is literally just engine. It's still, I think, the fastest accelerating ship in game, and maybe the fastest in sublight, or not, quantum travel speed, but I'm not sure. But yeah, if I stand here, and then move the camera, you can see just how large the engines actually are. They're quite impressive. And that's literally all this thing is. It's like it's a cockpit strapped to some giant engines, so that's fun. But let's jump back. Oh yeah, you get these little displays you've got on the sides that you can get the weapons from. You can't rent these, you just buy them. I'm zooming in on them because I can't be bothered walking all the way over there. We need the grey cap buggies to drive around this convention, you know, like those little mobile movement things that they have at real expos. But knowing what happened in Arcor when they used to be able to drive buggies around, that was a massacre of carnage and blown up buggies everywhere, so I could see why they didn't do that. Okay, so here, Drake Caterpillar, a ship I used to have, but no more. This is, at the moment anyway, the biggest freighter in the game. And I didn't actually know that the glass was red. That shows how much I pay attention to it. But it's an interesting design. It's supposed to be modular, like each of these segments is supposed to be something you can swap out. At the moment they don't, but maybe one day they will. And then this whole bridge section on the side, if you see, you know, I've mentioned it in videos before, that is its own separate pod, so it can fly off and act as a sort of lifeboat in a way. But yeah, I'm not going to cover the ships. I've done that. I've got to do that in other videos. We have the Drake Cutlass series here. That's actually quite a nice shot of them. But you have the Cutlass Red here. This is the one I have, which is a sort of space ambulance search and rescue type thingamajig. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's got 2 medical beds in there, which at the moment you can set as a spawn point, so if you die, you respawn in the ship. That is incredibly useful, especially if, like me, you absolutely suck at the first-person shooter type stuff, because then I can just respawn on the ship. Then we've got the Cutlass Black. This is the base model that most people know. I think I did a video on this one. I don't actually remember. Yeah, this is sort of the basic one. It's just a cargo in the belly there. And over here you have the Cutlass Blue, which has the weird rounded canopy that looks a little bit like an alien from, well, I was going to say from Alien. That's sort of be self-explanatory. This is a militia ship, which is also a bit of bounty hunting. It's got some stasis pods in the back, which I think you can sort of use right now, but not really. Like, there's no way to sort of detain players, but you can get people to go in them, so if you were seriously role-playing, you could get them in there. But, good luck having people cooperate with you, I think. Now, downstairs, they should have a holo thing, if I remember right. For the ships that aren't actually flyable in game. Now I think Drake, what they got, the Kraken? I think that might be the only one. Also, I just realized I've not been talking properly into the mic. That's okay. Oh, bit of lag there. We're all good. It's all fine. So this huge area here, they've got these display hall, but like, what's behind there, behind through here, is all this area is used for. So, like, on some days they had stuff in here too, but as you can see, nothing on this day. I do like that they have these, like, these little maps everywhere, so you can actually sort of get an idea of where you are, what direction you're facing. That's kind of useful. Ah, they've got, I thought they already had the Kraken, but yeah, there's the Vulture and the Corsair. I have the Corsair, so That one I'd be interested in seeing, that's for sure. I mean, that one's not flyable yet, but one day it will be. So this will actually be the Corsair here then, okay. So they've given it... These used to be just... The previous times we've had these hollow images, they've been just the... Like the hollow viewer from the website's models, so barely just uniform blue and lower detail. It seems that this year they've updated the models. Like maybe it's models for ships they're actually working on at the moment. I'm not actually sure. But they look more detailed than the hollow viewer model anyway. But yeah, this ship is one I have. It's technically a quote-unquote explorer, which probably means, being Drake, that it's really more a ship designed to raid and explore other people's cargo holds. But we'll see. I just like it because it looks a little bit like a Star Wars ship, and we don't really have a lot of those in Star Citizen. Because, like, yeah, if you see, it's got this slight asymmetry. I'm not sure why it's got the wing, because the only thing that's asymmetric about it really is the slight bit on the fuselage, as you can see here, and then the wings. And I'm not sure why, because it's not really serving any particular purpose, but it looks kind of cool, and that's probably the actual reason why they've done that. Oop. I keep trying to do the zoom, but you can't control the zoom easily. But yeah, that's what that one is. Moving on. That's a wall. So this will be the Vulture, which is the Venture from Eve, almost identical. Which I'm not surprised by. I think pretty sure they made a sort of a tribute thing to it, in much the same way that the newest ship they've added, the Nomad, is basically an Asp Explorer from Elite Dangerous. But yeah, this is a salvage and repair ship. Well, yeah, just salvage. So it's considerably smaller than the ship from Eve, but then again, the ships in Eve are ridiculously gigantic, but because there's no real way to judge scale, no one will actually know how big they are. And this will be the Kraken, which is the aircraft carrier thing. So this one's supposed to be basically like a capital ship, so as you can see, quite large. You have these sort of 3 smaller pads on one side, 2 bigger pads on the others, and then they've got a limited hangar space. So that's quite a bulky ship, as you can see. And going for the full sort of Star Wars vibe again with the engines, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's Drake Day then, so like I said, Drake doesn't actually have all that much in the game right now. Oh, I forgot they've actually put these in here. These are the hover bikes, the Dragonfly. Now, these things are fun. They're a 2-seater, they're small, but they're also incredibly awkward and difficult to fly, I find. Just because they tend to glitch out a bit. But I can give you a friendly bit of advice. Don't try and fly one of these through atmosphere. It does not work. They fly fine in space, and they fly fine on the ground, but don't try to fly in between, especially trying to come down, because they can't stop a descent from terminal velocity, so you will just smash into the ground and explode and die. Which is, you know, not really the best experience. I mean, you might like it, I'm not going to question it if you do, but not for me, personally. Now we'll go down the very dangerous slide that we unfortunately can't slide down ourselves, because look at how polished that looks. That would be perfect for sliding down. And then you could have, like, you know, it could almost be a bowling alley. You slide down there and you have some pins here. See, this is the sort of gameplay we actually want. Let's call our elevator. And we'll probably we'll check out the MISC one briefly. Why not? Only because we're already here. And it'll be as if we're in exactly the same room, because we are. Because I think that's the idea, is that they've only really staggered it so that people can actually check things out. Got the Miss Razor advert on the TV. So we'll go up the stairs. He's continuing to defy tradition by standing on the chairs. Protest, that's what it is. We haven't finished our drink yet, so I forgot I'm running around with a can in my hand still. Yeah, missed day. So we'll see. What have they got on the map here? See, they're using some of the extra halls. So you've got in the middle here one of the Starfarer variants. You got the Razors, the Prospector, Freelancer Hall. I have 2 of those. And then the Reliant Hall. I don't have any of those. But yes, so this is, yeah, quite the large ship, the Starfarer there. It's still the oldest ship, big ship like that in the game. So it kind of shows it in some areas. But we'll go to the Razors first. These are like little racing things that they gave some other uses for, but really, as you can tell, they're basically a Formula 1 car that just deleted the wheels because the wheels are heavy and I guess don't need them. So yeah, I don't mind how the black one looks, but it's kind of cool. Yes, you did miss the Kraken Hollow, but I kind of only briefly looked at it, Artemis. I could go back there if you want to check it out again. I'm just sort of briefly running through what's actually here before running off and seeing what else I can do before the game decides it doesn't like me anymore. Yeah, so the Starfarer, this is the Gemini, this is the military one. Replaces the scoop in the chin with a missile launcher. But I'm pretty sure you can swap them out, so you can sort of do whichever you want with that. Prospector, mining ship, I have one of these. Basically, that's what I can say with a lot of the ships. I have one of these, or I don't have one of these. Pretty nice to fly. But, the interesting thing with the Prospector, it's actually kind of difficult to mine with, I find. Because you oh, nice pink mohawk, dude. Yeah, you heard me. Look at you with your lack of legs, shins. Whatever that part is. That's the shins, isn't it? He's a ghost in clothing. That's kind of freaky. But yeah, that's the Prospector. So we'll move on. We'll go downstairs first. Yeah, they've got a update for the mining UI. It's not in yet. I think that is next patch, supposedly. I don't know. I saw something saying that it was close to being finished anyway. Dash on. We'll go into the Hollow Display Hall. Should be just the Hull series and the Endeavour, I think, are the MISC ships that are missing. What do we got? Which one's this? That's Hull A, right? Yep, Hull A. Which I think is kind of cool. I hope they do like they had in the original sort of promo art and have like ad space, like in-game ads you could sell, make a little bit of money on, because that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so the Hull A, last I remember it only had a single box on each side, so it looks like they've increased that to 2 large boxes per side. So that's interesting. That's like the starter that was, I think, $60 US, something like that originally. I don't know what it is now, but yeah, that was basically one that was decided to be, if you wanted to just do trade, you knew that's what you wanted to do, that's what you would get. Oh, this will be one of the bigger hulls, Hull C. Okay, so this is the one that should actually be flyable right now, but isn't. Because I remember seeing, what was it? screenshots and video of this thing, the Hull C, flying around in the persistent universe around Port Olisar and that in earlier versions of 3.0, 3.1, somewhere around then. But it's never actually been implemented into the game yet, because this whole cargo thing of retracting and unfolding, there was some physics collision issues they were fixing. I think that's been fixed now. And then the fact that this ship, obviously, as you can see like that, cannot land in that configuration. And as a result, it needed docking, which they're only sort of getting around to doing docking now. It sounds like it might actually get implemented very soon. So that'd be cool, because then ships like this might actually be flyable, and maybe those cargo decks that they've added to the space stations will actually be usable now. Because that looks to be your airlock. I mean, I'm guessing that's an airlock, because what else could that be? Although I suppose that there could be, but that looks like just a bit of a mesh anyway. But the Hull C is apparently meant to be like the most common version of the Hull series. But like I said, this whole thing folds out and whatever, so that's in that bit over there. But that's enough talk about this ship. I just like, again, a good old engine cluster that definitely has. And I think that's it for the hollows that they have here right now. Yeah, I'm guessing the Hull A and the Hull C are the ones that are potentially working. I suppose, to be fair, the B is just an A with top and bottom cargo. And the D and E are just bigger versions of the C. So, yeah. Yeah, that's all I got, Hull A and Hull C. So no Endeavour. That's a shame. Then again, I like the Genesis Starliner, and absolutely no one had the Genesis Starliner on Crusaders Day at the Expo, even though they're the hosts. So that's a shame. But that ship is well, like, got a long time until we'll actually see it. So I can understand. Now, need that buggy. Run all the way over to another hall. Or what, you know, roller skates, rollerblades. Do we have a game with rollerblades in it? Just make it real nice and easy. Because these floors look perfect. I mean, these ridges look like they might be a problem. Because, you know, the skates, the wheels would dig into them. And that would be bad. But, otherwise they seem smooth enough. What are you doing? Contemplating the art, are you? Don't look at me while I'm looking at your ass. Yeah, I think they're only showing the hollow models that they've actually done some work on. Because otherwise they're not showing them at all. Risk in for the long haul. Freelancers are probably one of my favourite ships in the game. I mean, one of those, the base Freelancer, was the very first ship I pledged for in the game. Just because I like the sort of size to what they are. They're like a good solo ship that you could have multiple people with at the same time now and then. And it didn't feel too much. So this is the the missile one. So it's the military one. Got the nipples for radar sensors, I guess, or some sort of sensor anyway. But yeah, not much to see from the outside because it's all missiles on the top that you can't actually see from here. Do we open it? Yes, and try not to get squashed. Oh, I apparently got an audio jack message, so apologies for that. That's annoying. I don't know what triggered that. But yeah, so this is the interior of the mess. Just show the basics. So this is where all your compartment stuff is. And then yeah, just more and more bits and pieces. So it's basically a regular Freelancer, but not quite. And then that bit, this bit in the front here is literally basically the same as a regular Freelancer. So that's that. I wasn't going to go into any of the ships because I'll save that for actual one day. when I get around to doing reviews. I haven't done them in quite some time. Most of mine are actually obsolete now. Like, I did the 300 series, and now all the 300 series ones are old. But, the Freelancer Max, this is the bulk, the big boy. Can fit, what if you can fit like 2 of the big rovers in the back? That's kind of cool. And it has 4 engines instead of the 2 that all the others have, because it's wide. Or, I don't know, whatever else you want to call. Oh! Did I just trip? Don't know what that was. Something happened there. We have the very gaudy coloured Freelancer the exploration version. Not sure why the colours are what they are. But yeah, this is the one that's got extra fuel tanks both outside with those and inside. So it can fly a lot further. And it's supposed to be quite a good exploration one in that sense. Don't really know because we don't actually have exploration stuff at the moment. And then there's the base one. So, looks almost boring in comparison to all the others because it has this sort of slightly polished but not quite exterior. But it is what it is. Now we got a long run to go back. Oh, and of course now the dog's barking outside too. The dog barks and the bird bings. This is definitely not the best time to be doing this sort of thing, but it's what I'm doing anyway. Because I figured why not just do something as opposed to have nothing at all that I've done in a while. Because usually I get home from work and I just can't be asked to do anything. Which looks really bad when you see, like, what was it, my last video on YouTube had months between uploads. And it's kind of depressing in a way, because like at one point in time I was trying to do an upload every, like, once a week. But I kind of gave up on that. So, there we go. Rear side of the staff area. Military one's got slightly different engines. That's about the only real change. I think internally they're basically the same, they're just a recolor. Long run over. But yes, remember, this is all like 25 kilometers below ground apparently. So, also I should finish this drink. We drink and run. Yes, we can. We need like a transit system in the convention center. Here we go. Here's the Reliance. So I don't think I've ever actually covered any of these. I think I might have covered the core. But yeah, you got the Mako here, which is like the one with the camera here. That's like basically a ship for streaming in-game, which I think they talked about doing at one point. Which, especially now that they use a Lumberyard, means they could probably have Twitch integration, maybe? I don't know. This one, I forget, this one, the Sen. Yep, that's right, that's the exploration one. The middle one is the core, that's the base model, I think. Or is that the Tana? No, that's the Tana. Okay. Tana, I don't know how you pronounce it. So that's the military sort of scout one. Now these are the ones that the wings rotate, so they sort of have a 90-degree vertical flying. Interesting canopy. Excellent visibility in them, but I don't actually tend to fly them very often. And last one then, so that will be the regular one, I think. Yes, that's the regular one, the core. So that's the... Ooh, the light just changed. So that's just the standard freighter thing. Again, they're kind of cool ships. Just, I have so many ships that I just pick something else to fly, and I don't have one of these. Which makes it, again, harder to fly it. Okay, let's go back to the Drake one just to take a look at the Kraken more properly, because, yeah, to be fair, I didn't really spend much time looking at that one either, and that is a pretty cool ship. I think a mate of mine actually has one of those, so hopefully one day, who knows, I'll be able to do a in-game sort of review type thing from the deck of one of them. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? But, yeah. Run, run, run as fast as you can. I was gonna say, my nutrition is fine, so I don't know why the games has decided you need these tips now. I swear I turned tips off too, so I'm not sure why they're on. Wait. And we just clipped through that, I think. Down the bowling alley. See, that's what we need, just crash. Come on, there we go. Switch back there, and then we'll go into actually flying or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab the Nomad if I can actually spawn it here. Hang on. Let's just place that there and see if the game deletes that by the time I come back. It probably will. It's not my fault for littering if you haven't actually put any bins anywhere. Oop. Down the spiral stairs, something we need in The Sims that we still don't have. I mean, we can sort of make 90-degree rotating stairs, but that's not spiral stairs. Not the same thing. Now, I think the Kraken was at this end. Yes, I was right. The Kraken's at this end. So, there you go. You can see, yeah, they've definitely got more work into the hollow models that they're showing this time. I mean, the fact they've actually got some sort of texture and geometry is considerably more than what the hollow viewer models on the website are. Like, you got all the detail in the cells, yeah, or whatever. Kinda cool. Get around that sign so I can actually look. Oh, someone else running past. There's the island up the top. So there's the bridge up there. And it looks like it's a 2-layer one. I don't think that's an actual bridge though. I think that's the navigating bridge. Maybe that's your air navigation one, who knows. Or your flight, rather. Oh, it could be a bridge, you know. It looks like it might be windows, so maybe, yeah, maybe you do have a navigating bridge for piloting the ship, and then one to control the airspace around it. Maybe. I don't actually know all that much about the Kraken, but yeah. Shame we can't really see it from above to actually see the layout of the pads easily. You got one turret there, of course the Kraken logo. Plenty of Drake interplanetary branding because I really want you to know who made this ship. And then more turrets and just starter spike, sensor spike things. Yeah. Can I maybe use the camera? Yeah, no. The camera won't go up any more than that. It refuses to go up more than that. Oh, yep, there we go. There we go, sort of. Sort of got it. There we go, so you can sort of see what I was saying earlier about the pads there. So you've got the sort of... oh, of course. I hit the wrong button. There we go. So you've got sort of the main sort of central large landing pads, and then you've got the three smaller ones off to the side. And yeah, that upper bit is definitely a second bridge. You can see it from that angle clearly. But, yeah. Kind of cool looking ship. I said it's definitely going to be an interesting one to see in game. I think it's cooler looking than the Idris, or however you want to pronounce that. Also, yep, camera doesn't like me. That's going to really hurt your neck, dude. But yeah, that is a better look at the Kraken. With all the heavy level of detailing in it, which sort of implies that maybe they've been doing some more work on it. But who knows? I just know my baby's in the other room. Not that one. This one over here, the Corsair. Much further away from being developed, as you can see. But maybe one day I'll get to look around it more. Also, the camera just doesn't want to move anymore, so whatever. Can't really do like I did with the Kraken there, but whatever. Let's head out. I've said whatever more than enough times. Let's go see. G'day, mate. Let's go see if my hand is still in the foyer. Good angle on the aerial view, thanks. I kind of fumbled into that one because the advanced camera controls, like, you know, hold F4 and use like home, end, page up and down, whatever, they sort of work half the time, but it worked well enough to actually see more of the shit than I was actually expecting it to work. But it wouldn't let me work it with the Corsair. But whatever. I did make sure to take a screenshot of that aerial view. As long as that screenshot works. If not, well, you can always grab it from the video from this afterwards, I suppose. It might show it there. Although, it might be more compressed. I don't really know. No can. I'm disappointed. Because I left it, what was it, somewhere around here. Oh well. I assumed it would be deleted because it was empty. If it had stuff in it, maybe it would have stayed. But who cares? Yeah, the main reason I liked the Idris was because it has the sort of rear over-the-top bridge, like the elevator bridge. That's because, well, so few Star Citizen ships actually have a rear set bridge. They just put a cockpit style thing in the nose, which really doesn't allow you to see the size of something. But the Kraken has it, the Idris has it, the Javelin does. The Orion, which I look forward to seeing in game, sort of, but not really has that, because it's sort of near the front, but to one side. There's the new, what's it, Perseus? I don't know how you actually pronounce that name, but that one's got a rear set bridge in the leaks as well. I think that's it. I'm probably overlooking some ship at the moment that has a rear set bridge that I've forgotten about. There's that many ships in game that I don't remember them. Let's go to the commons because we'll use the port there, I think.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Get aboard the swanky train again. There we go. I don't know which direction it's going to go, but we'll stand here anyway. When it goes. Binding asteroid belts of the Orion. Yeah, that thing would probably just chew through them. I mean, it's one of the largest ships in game now, I think, or projected to be. Okay, we're at the Commons. Now that actually
The
would take us to
capsule
the
will be leaving the
spaceport,
station
but I
momentarily.
don't know if the spaceport's elevators are going to work. So let's just go up to the surface. Oh, people doing their yoga, whatever. Surface entrance is over here. Continue elevator citizen. Although we're going to have to rug up when we go outside, because it'll be cold. There we go. And as the game suggests, let's put on some actual more appropriate attire. So we'll have to replace that top hat. Where is it? It would be under jacket, isn't it? Yeah. Something like that, except we want gloves probably too. That'll do. It's a little bit more resistant. Of course, now we're sort of gonna die of heat. I wonder if we will get more battle bridge type things. Yeah, would be cool if we do. What will you let me spawn here? Interesting. So, I could spawn a few things, that's for sure. Should I take one of the dragonflies? Or do I want to take something more sensible? Ah, we'll take a dragonfly, why not? I talked about them earlier. Garage 1. Not that garage. Oh, little bit of stutter there. Why have I got a quantum beacon? I don't know. Hey, some people have got some ships here. Yeah, I probably should go get my thing, shouldn't I? And yeah, it's cold out there even with this clothes on. Which is perhaps the downside of the dragonfly, but whatever. I guess I do need to use the garage, but whatever. I don't know why I can't just have it outside. I guess I'm too used to like Levski and that where it just sits outside all the time. Need to shoot up a fair bit.
You are clear to launch.
Yes, I will launch with my dragonfly. Actually, I can't fly this. Ah, I can actually fly this using my joystick. I forgot I've got those set up. Sort of. I've got things partially set up anyway, so it can. I mean, it's interesting. It's using twist on the stick to control the steering. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is. Also, I remember when these things could hover more than they do now. Like, you could actually sort of fly them up a bit, but you can't do that these days. I don't know why, but it would be fun. Also, everything seems to be gone completely silent in-game now. Not entirely sure why. It just has. Shall we go to the spaceport? Yeah, I suppose we should go to spaceport. I don't think there's any ground level entrances though, so there's not really any point to that. Got these nice planes though. Well, I suppose it's a lake. Maybe? I don't know. It's all frozen anyway. Permanently frozen. The HUD's so small on the Dragonfly you can't read it normally. Go under the train line. Captain Jimmy Joe Transport. Oh, no. Jimmy Joe is the name. Transport is what they want. I misread that. Yeah, it's bizarrely quiet. Don't know why. Oh, look, we're getting a little bit frosty. Can we make it up this? It didn't glitch out entirely, so well done. It just mostly glitched out. Oh, we got someone over there. Yeah, this is definitely water. Tell you what, it's certainly better in the Dragonfly than walking this distance. Guessing they're flying something, but can't actually see what they're in. Bird calling out in the background again. Yeah, he's too far away for me to really see what he's in. What's that? Looks like a cutlass, maybe? I think that's a cutlass shape. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cutlass. There's nothing else really that could be. Now, unlock, please. I want to sort of see where I'm going. Keep following the train line to the spaceport, effectively. Not that I can do anything once I get there, but who cares? That is not the point. The point is to see things from a different perspective to how we normally see it in the game. Because the trains go that quickly, you miss out most of the detail that they've put into the environment that they're traversing. We hit something that was flickering in and out of existence. It's so eerily quiet on this thing. I'm not used to it. I'm used to there being some noise. Oh, what's this? That looks like a sort of... That looks like that might actually be an entrance then. Yeah, we might actually have an entrance here after all. Nope. Let's not go in there though. Whoop. Let's have a little bit of a look around here first. If we can see, that is. It's difficult to see these trees. They didn't have this problem on Endor. Oh, rock. Yep, that sort of took us down a little bit. Whoop, 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 whoop. At least it's a lot harder to roll one of these. I mean, I'd do it because I know I would be able to roll these things. But yeah. You don't really notice how big the spaceport structure is when you take off from it. It's like, we're nearly at the foot of it here. So if we get off the bike... Yeah. That's pretty tall. Extremely tall. Also, I hope I can get back on. I cannot. Oops. Oh, there we go. Nope. Game's freaking out. Let me on it, please. It like briefly comes down. And I just need to see if I can catch it, but probably not. No, let's not bother. We are in the terrain right now. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be here. Just need some Skyrim Tundra music playing right now. I wonder actually, are my spacesuits better in this environment? Oh, that's a bit shaky. Let's put that one on, sure. No, I don't think that's any better. Oh, because it hasn't actually applied it. It says it has. But I think we're just literally shivering. Because if we try to put stuff on, it might do something, but it probably won't. Especially if it doesn't actually bother updating. I think we're in for a whiteout, lads. Yeah, it won't actually save the outfit changes, so that's good fun. I don't even know which direction I'm going in now. It's like the city's over there, and there's the train line. But yeah, oh, that's a bit of a drop. Oh well, can't say I've really looked around this area much, so this is interesting to see. Rustle through the reeds or whatever grasses these are. It does sound pretty cold though. Now, I can't use a med pen because it won't let me put my spacesuit on. How would you just dramatically keel over backwards like that? Like, surely you would just tumble forwards or something. That's what I would have thought. Are we? Yeah, we've still got our armor, but it's completely covered in snow now. I don't know why it's equipped things like that the way it has. Like the fact that it hasn't actually put the helmet on, it's kept the clothing. That monocle is so ridiculous. Let's remove that. Let's put something back on a little... Oh, that's a bit freaked out. Yeah, let's go with that. No. Don't really have many pants I actually like the design of. Sure, we'll go with them. They don't match whatsoever, but they'll do. Just so I've got something other than the snow clothes for it to default to. But we'll actually put the undersuit on. I'll put that one on because that's the one I usually wear. But it hasn't actually saved me putting any of that on, so let's just equip that all. Grab LMG and the salvo, which has it. It says it's equipped. I suppose it has. It's just not going to update in there. And then I'll need to grab the ammo that I've got for them. Not that I really plan on using this right now, but it's handy to carry on you for those times you do. And let's put the magazines for the salvo, not the coda. I must have had the coda equipped last time I was wearing this. There we go, it's a bit of a unusual look. Make sure I've got some med pens. Never needed oxygen pens though. But there's like no point to have them. That I've experienced so far anyway. There we go. See, now it will let me put on the spacesuit. The good old canopy opening bug. Once more, elevator citizen. I'll actually fly at some point. Suppose I could actually go to one of those bunkers, but that's all the way over in Hurston. I don't think they have them here. Oh, my dragonfly is 18 kilometers away. Gee, thanks. Spaceport is where I want to go to. But it did look like there was an entrance below the spaceport that I've never seen before, so that's interesting. I don't know if this train is arriving. Oh yeah, here we go. I must have just missed the last one. But whatever. We'll get there eventually. Zoom. Yeah, these trains make the ones on Orville and that seem so damn slow. Although I suppose they are slow compared to these. We could see where I made it with the yellow jacket. Oh, knocked the keypad. Let's get off the train. There we go. Now let's see if these elevators are actually working. Who knows? Hey, it did actually turn up. And there we are. Now, something colder than average weather conditions. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I think we can prove that. These will be interesting once they actually work, whatever they are for. There will be some sort of scanning thing. Also, chat's a little bit busy, so I'll turn that off at the moment.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch.
Yes, I know my belongings belong to me. That's why they're called belongings. Wonder what these are going to do, if anything.
Ready for
It might just
access.
be set dressing.
Located in the plaza.
What have I actually got here? The Nomad's apparently on Lawville. Okay. Star Runner's up in orbit. The red is here.
Welcome to the new Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
100 eyes here. But, I like my 315, so I'll grab that.
Microtech. The Empire's leader in cutting-edge technology.
Hangar 3. Come on. Suction away.
These innocent brains.
Every time now I think of that damn meme I saw of, trying to get out of those menus is like trying to drag yourself away from a vacuum. Because they just don't want to let you go. I picked the wrong hangar, didn't I? What hangar did I spawn my ship at? I wasn't paying attention, clearly. So I just picked the one that my stuff tends to be in, which is hangar 9. Oh, hangar 3, looks like it was correct, yes. There seems to be either of those two for me. It's either hangar 9 or hangar 3. Yes, let's jump into the 315, the second oldest ship I have. And it looks a little bit different to when I first got it, but I kind of like the new design too. It's grown on me. I didn't originally like the exterior design much of the rework, but I do like the interior way more. I just wish they'd lower it down a bit so it didn't sit this high. There we go, got the compulsory loo right when you walk in. Priorities. And the fairly basic interior, I haven't customized this or anything. But that lovely skylight, like, I love it. The game looks so nice, but so many ships just don't have windows or any way to see outside beyond where you fly from. Which is real disappointing. Let's power up. I forget where it is. I've been flying other ships so much lately that I've kind of forgotten where a lot of things are. Bombs, please.
You are clear to launch.
Thank you.
Launch complete. Landing gear raised.
The one thing I find with the view from the 300 series, you kind of seem a bit far back, if you ask me. Like, it looks like you're sort of sitting zoomed out from it a bit. Not sure why that is the view, but it is. Flying decoupled, using vertical strafe a little, but really I'm just seeing if they've got much in the way of, with the flight model, much vaunted lift, and that, see if that's really doing anything. It sort of is. Apparently there's a mineable there. See, because there's the expo hall right ahead of us. There's the commons on the left. We swing around and try not to crash into things. Yes, I'm trespassing at the moment, shush. There's the surface vehicle entrance, which means that over here, I want to say, where's that sky bridge? I can't actually see it, but it's there somewhere. But I've watched people walking through it by hovering before. There it is. Yeah, there's the sky bridge. Ooh, let's not crash into it though. There's the IAE. 2950, but yeah, so this is that surface bit. Remember, the actual expo hall is apparently 25k below ground. So, yeah. I kind of wish we could just land, like, here at the expo directly and take an elevator or something, as opposed to the long travel otherwise. Like, that'd be kind of fun. We can't do it, but that'd be kind of fun. Try and dodge the buildings. And the spires like that. That they just randomly have. Yeah, there's a lot more to microtech well, if I could speak, there's a lot more to microtech than you can actually explore. Like, you know, obviously going through here, you can see a lot more of it is modeled than you can visit. Oh, there's a building there. Let's dodge that. But I suppose they might expand the landing zones one day in the future. Maybe. Let's climb a little because we're a little bit low. Oop. Dodge that one. And dodge that one. Hopefully. Yes, we did. Good. Burning a good amount of hydrogen fuel here, so we may want to actually just climb and leave. Or go find one of the lush areas, but the lush areas are nicest to explore with a vehicle that I don't have in this ship. Whatever. Let's climb. Basically point straight up, so then we can let the main thruster do most of the work for us. Always trying to use the camera controls is a bit funky. I am looking forward to tractor beams being useful. I don't know what you'd really use them for specifically, but this ship has one. And so I kind of want to actually make use of it one of these days. See how we go. Drifted a little bit off. We could easily quantum now, but let's do that. Zoom out. Don't know why I've got this quantum beacon. Can I accept a contract or something? No. No, I don't know why I've got a beacon there. Whoa. The mouse took over. I want to just go there. Yeah, they got quite a lot. Let's just go to one of the moons. Why not? Calliope or Calliope. I don't know how to pronounce that. Don't know why it has you slow down. Like I'm in decoupled mode, but it's still burning fuel to slow me down from the speed that I had set. I don't know. But yeah, there's Port Tresla. Not where we're going right now. Oh, over there apparently. Oh yeah, because we got multiple markers, that's why. Jump. Little bit laggy for the jump apparently. Now, somewhere on the daylight side, you got the mining facility, processing, research outpost. Let's just pick that one, sure. Don't think I've been to this one before. I imagine it's like every other one, but who knows. Big whoosh. Oh, something fell. I don't know what fell, but something fell. And I can't really be bothered looking right now. Okay, so the research outpost is over here somewhere. Looks pretty blindingly bright again. It's like the Edu arrival, only not. As long as I'm heading in the right direction, we're all good. Oh, so it should be just over this hill, apparently. Ah, yep, there's lights. Ah, yep, just standard style arrangement.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Always interesting that these sort of places have two big landing pads though.
Landing complete.
Bit of a bounce, but whatever. Yeah, don't eject. I do like the blue highlighting, that's kind of cool. Let's get out and see what the weather outside is like. Pretty cold as it turns out. Look at that temperature drop. But it actually... Oh, we're staggered into the wind. There we go. That's not a bad angle, actually. Just to keep my stupid mug out of frame. Something like that, I don't know. I like playing around with the camera, even if I don't really do much with it. Yeah, minus 146 degrees Celsius. Pretty cold. I like the low gravity though. Whoa! Okay. Not sure why we got blown over all of a sudden. But whatever. Let's get back to a view we can see. Hey mate.
Something I can help you with.
Yep. I haven't got anything for you, so.
That's fine. It's not like this is a really exciting job or anything. They ain't making spectrum shows about what I do.
They wouldn't make spectrum shows about what you do. You just stand in here and wait for people to talk to you.
Bye.
Very exciting stuff, I'm sure. Suppose I could do trade if I wanted to, but there's probably nothing worth actually buying. I've not really been paying attention to trade for a while. Let alone the pricing in various locations. What we need is vending machines in here. It's like, what are you eating? You've got lots of storage for science equipment. And that's about it. So you like entirely exist off these, I guess. You do you, mate. You do you. But I do need your door to let me out. I suppose the other one might be where he lives. He just has to trek across the whole thing. Like, put a suit on to go outside, just to go from one spot to another. Because that's hydroponics, so yeah. Could be. Because yeah, you got all your actual plants here, I suppose. Or is this like the other work thing? Don't know, honestly. Because they usually have like a habitation thing at these outposts. Like these, the ones that have got like the ring. Because that looks really cool. Not sure how exactly that's working. I suppose the anti-gravity stuff, but it does look cool. That's like the nicest thing since they added the changes to like the environment impacting you. You actually find internal environments, even clinical ones like this, to be kind of cozy and inviting just because they're not out in the weather. That's kind of cool. Got a problem with the leaves though, you should probably spray it with something. I don't know what that's a reference to. And with a microscope to confirm that yes, that is indeed a watermelon. Just in case you needed confirming what it was. No, no habitation in that one either. I suppose, yeah, you got your suit locker there, so it works. Come on, let me out. Come on, airlock. Oh. So, yeah. Maybe they don't have one. Let's not get stuck on solar panels and work our way back to the ship. Apparently it's a real blizzard. I said blizzard. No, it's a real blizzard where we landed. There we go. Nice and warm. Let's get back in the seat.
Launch complete.
Let's just climb upwards. Or I could put the wheels up. Don't really need them in space. We got that bug with the red staying up, even though we're out of atmosphere. Freaky chair is creaky.
Weapons deactivated.
Now I might actually leave it there for now. If mostly because, well, it's almost dinner time, so I should probably go think about what I'm actually going to do for dinner. But, yeah, I'm actually impressed that the game hasn't crashed yet. It's been so unstable when I've been trying to mine or do something, but when I'm not mining and just mucking around and looking around the expo center, it works fine. Even with me dying from hypothermia at one point. So, yeah, let's just get in bed. Should take the spacesuit off really, but whatever. I'm going to go to bed in the spacesuit. Look at the stars out of the skylight there. Didn't realize that the bed actually retracts. And then let's just log out and see if that actually remembers me for next time I log in. It probably won't, but you never know. So, yeah, there we are. Back at the main menu, and, thank you for watching. Like I said, it wasn't really a very... not very much going on in the stream, but I hope you enjoyed anyway. This was Star Citizen, I was Deno, and yeah, safe landings.